Good morning, Belton High School. I'm Andrew Clark.
I'm Savannah Truitt.
And you're watching
Cutlass TV News.
This week, our two teacher spotlights, Miss Davis and Mr. Rude. Introducing the teachers is Robert Thomas, Mason Goffey, and Shanna Ostrander.
Belton High School has many new teachers this year. Mr. Rude shares his experience at Belton so far.
This is my 7th year of teaching. I taught in New York prior, and then last year I taught. For the last 2 years I was down in Butler, Missouri. I got certified in chemistry during my undergraduate, and I got a master's in special education. The other teachers have been really accommodating, and I've learned a lot in a short time being here. And the commute has been wonderful so far.
Mrs. Davis shares her thoughts about her career as a teacher.
I've been teaching for 10 years or so now, and I started teaching in Joplin, Missouri, and my husband was active duty Army, so we moved to Texas. I taught in Belton, Texas, and Corpus Christi, Texas last year, and now we're in Belton. I got actually a master's in special education, and before that I was a social worker, so I have a degree in that as well. That's cool. Pretty much every year. I can't think of one that stands out more than the others. I just really enjoy working with students and my coworkers. I just enjoy teaching.
With Mason Goffey and Shanna Ostrander, I'm Robert Thomas for Cutlass TV News.
Here's some information for seniors on the FAFSA by Slade Ritchie.
This year's college advisor, Katie Halverson, talks about the importance of the FAFSA.
So basically the FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. Basically they're going to look at your parents' taxes, their income, and come up with like a number of how much they expect that you can be able to pay for college, and then they're going to try to come up with the money to make up for that, whether that's through grants, scholarships, or work studies. Absolutely. It's important to have a plan B, and even if you are doing the A+ and going to community college, you still need to do that FAFSA. So do it for college, do it as a backup plan. I suggest doing it, especially since it's a free application.
The FAFSA is a very important tool for students.
It's definitely something that will start my college career. It's going to be very helpful towards the start.
For BHS, this has been Slade Ritchie, Annalie Yo, Sierra Barr, and Trey Swigert.
Here's a sneak peek into this year's boys swim season by Chloe Murphy and Jean Powell.
As the boys' swim season starts to wrap up, junior Alex X talks about his experiences.
This season's been going pretty good recently. I'm beating times that I set last year during conference at the end of my season, and personally I feel like I've been hitting a wall recently, but I've been pushing myself harder in practice to beat that wall, especially since fly has been endurancing me and just basically killing all my energy. I've been pushing harder and harder each day to basically try to reach state. Goals for state is to try to push my IM and butterfly into state, and then also getting my 3 relays, which I won't be able to swim all if I get my individuals, but I want to try to get the 200 medley relay, the 200 freestyle relay, and the 4x1 relay into state so I can have more of my teammates going to state with me.
Senior Tristan Miller shares about his favorite swim strokes.
I swim all of the events over the course of the season, but my favorite ones are 100 back, and then right now the 200 IM, and then 1500 free. My goals for the season right now are to make it back to state. I want to get a couple relays back, but individually I'm just pushing, trying to get as many state consideration times as possible, and then just make it back in something. My favorite thing about swim is probably either pasta parties or just generally just bonding with the team in general. We just have a lot of fun.
Junior Walker Hunty talks about his end of season goals.
Goal for this season is go to state for relays and get state consideration in a few events personally. In order to get to state and just get those times is to keep working, keep doing trust what coaches tell us to do, even though it might hurt a lot, but trust what coaches tell us to do and we should be good.
For Chloe Murphy, I'm Jean Powell for Cutlass TV News.
Thanks for watching Belton Pirates.
And remember to tune in next week.
And as always,
Carpe diem.